it was Fernando Alonso's final ever race in F1. Okay, some people reckon he might come back if there's no other options for him elsewhere, but I think Conor that was really the final race of Alonso's F1 career. But the end point when he went onto the finish line to do donuts with multiple champions of Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, you can't ask for a better giveaway than that.
No, it's a great send-off for him for the career that he's had in Formula One with Renault and McLaren. And with Mercedes as well for a little bit, just really emphasises how big of a figure Alonso is to Formula One. Probably one of the biggest figures in the sport since Schumacher, really, in that sense, for what he's done, for how he's helped grow the sport to what it is today, helping develop some drivers as well to grow them into superstars. People like Hamilton, that were his teammates at one point. I know they were rivals eventually, but it starts from that point there as to development, and it goes to show how important of a character he is for Formula One. He said as well afterwards in his interviews with David Coulthard that he's not going to be going away in terms of forever from Formula One, and he's still going to be very much around the sport as a fan and coming to races every now and then. And so I'm sure we'll be able to see him again through the broadcast of Formula One in future races and things like that. But we just won't see him in a car ever again, in a Formula One car, which will be a bit sad. But then again, it comes to that point for everyone in their careers that they must move on, they must retire, or they must look elsewhere in order to try and fulfill more goals in their life. Because truth be told, Alonso wasn't really going to be up there in contention again once more for another world title. He was fighting for a team that wasn't really going to be challenging for a constructors this season either, and they'd pretty much had moved on as well. So it was time. I think it was the right time for him to move on. It was a good way for him to go out as well, almost getting into the points. If it wasn't for a 15-second penalty in the end?
Yeah, 5 seconds. I don't really know what for taking an advantage. But I mean, come on, FIA always ruin occasions.
Yeah, so good luck to him in the future, and it seems as though he's not going to be going away from motorsport anytime soon because he's going after that Triple Crown now. So we'll definitely see him. If you're an American, you'll definitely see him in an IndyCar very soon. Whether or not he'll stay for the whole season again,
apparently it's just going to be for
just
Indy
for
500.
one race. Yeah. So we'll wait and see. Really, it'd be nice to see him to give to Indy, and maybe go on as a third driver on a team and then take over that spot.
Third driver, he'll take the seat straight away. Come on, it's Fernando Alonso.
But yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah, great career from him in Formula One.
It was funny because I remember Zach Brown even saying to him on the radio yesterday. He was saying, what a career champ. Let's go win the Triple Crown, because he will represent McLaren at the Indy 500 next year. Hopefully not Andretti Honda after what happened last time, because they broke down. A Honda engine haunted him in IndyCar just as well as it did in F1. Oh, how sad those times were. But, you mentioned one thing we do know that Alonso will not be doing is commentating. He confirmed that with David Coulthard and said, no, I'm not going to try that. No, not after my career. But looking back, he hadn't been a world champion since 2006. That was 12 years ago. He went to McLaren, he went to Ferrari. Sadly, it just didn't happen for him there. He was known for breaking down relationships with the big teams, probably because it wasn't going his way. Do you think Alonso will be remembered as a champion despite the latter stages of his career?
I definitely think so, because what he did at Renault at the time, when he became world champion, was phenomenal, really, because of how they were able to dethrone Ferrari in that sense. And it seems as though really that Ferrari haven't really been able to recover from it either, because they hadn't had a world champion for quite some time.
Not since Mr. Kimi.
Yeah, so what he did at that time was phenomenal. How he was able to beat Schumacher really in optimally his prime then, when he was at Ferrari, really pushing on and breaking the mold, really, in a sense, to go on and win a championship like that is truly phenomenal, really.
And Schumacher could have had more than 7 world championships as well.
Exactly. So for him to break that mold, for him to upset the order, really, in Formula One at the time, and go to a team like Renault and go on and win a world championship goes to show how great of a driver that he is and how he should be remembered rather than, what's happened in the last 10 years where he's really struggled in a sense to really put up a strong title challenge. So he'll definitely be missed, and he should be remembered for those, great occasions in that blue car at Renault, for certain. I mean, that's how I think that's how I'll remember him. And I think a lot of people will be in the same boat as well.
I've still got his cap, the Renault cap from '05, I think it was. My brother went to Spain and bought me that cap, and it had his flag and all that on the back, and it doesn't fit me anymore. Sadly, I got bigger and fatter. But it's a great cap, and I'll always keep it with me. Childhood hero for me, and I'm sure for many others.